Welcome to this explainer. Whether you're learning English to dine out with absolute confidence or you're working in the hospitality industry and want to polish up your professional communication, we're going to walk through real-life, daily restaurant conversations. We'll cover the whole shebang from ordering sushi, tacos, and pizza to grabbing a quick burger and a coffee. It's really all about clear pronunciation, polite phrasing, and just keeping that conversation flowing naturally for English learners.
Okay, so here's our agenda for today. We'll start with arriving and getting seated, then move on to the art of ordering, tackle fast food and takeout, talk about handling food issues, and finally wrap up with paying and tipping. Let's dive right in.
Section 1. Arriving and getting seated.
Let's look at the basic call and response of getting seated. If you're the host or waitress, you want to offer a warm, inviting welcome. Something like, "Good evening and welcome." As a diner, you might respond with, "Hi, I'd like to make a reservation," or simply, "Table for 4, please." You might also be asked, "Would you like a table or a booth?" Now, a booth is that really cozy enclosed seating area with benches. Once everything is sorted, the staff will guide you with a polite, "Right this way, please." It's just a simple, elegant little dance that gets everyone settled in.
Moving right along to Section 2, the art of ordering.
So mastering essential vocabulary words from meats to cooking methods will honestly make reading any English menu an absolute breeze. Menus are typically structured into neat categories. We've got meat and seafood like beef, chicken, prawns, or fish, vegetables like broccoli, carrots, mushrooms, or spinach. Then pay really close attention to the cooking methods: bake, roast, fry, steam, grill. This tells you exactly how the food is prepared, which is super crucial if you want, say, a healthy steamed dish instead of a heavy fried one. Finally, we have the courses: the entree, which is often called a starter, the main course, and dessert. Breaking down complex menus into these logical categories makes the whole process so much less intimidating.
Now, let's talk about the politeness escalator. In English, being incredibly direct isn't always your best bet. The words please and thank you are absolutely essential in everyday dining conversations. Throwing in those small words elevates your request from a harsh demand to a polite inquiry. Saying, "I'd like some more coffee, please," is the proper, respectful way to communicate.
You really must remember to use "I would like" instead of "I want," because English conversation relies heavily on polite structures, even in super casual settings. Saying "I want more coffee" can actually sound pretty aggressive or demanding to a waiter, but "I would like," that is the perfect polite standard. For example, you might say, "I'd like a turkey sandwich, please," or "I'd like 3 beef tacos." It literally changes the entire tone of the interaction. Let's see how this polite would like structure flows naturally during an actual back and forth conversation. The waiter might ask, "Are you ready to order?" And you can confidently say, "We'd like to order now, please." Or they might ask, "Can I start you off with a drink?" You could reply, "I'll have a glass of Chardonnay," or maybe, "I'll have a coffee, please." Notice you can also use "I'll have," which is just as natural. For instance, if you're calling a sushi restaurant for takeout, you might say, "I'll take 1 combo A and 1 vegetarian combo, please." Using "I'd like" or "I'll have" ensures a really smooth, real-life conversation flow.
Section 3. Fast food and TFUD. By breaking the fast food interaction down into these 4 predictable steps, you can confidently order a combo meal without getting overwhelmed. Step 1 is the greet and order. "Hi, I'll have a cheeseburger, please." Step 2. Make it a meal. The cashier will often ask, "Would you like to make that a meal or a combo?" This usually adds fries and a drink for a slightly cheaper price than buying them separately. Step 3. Add extras or desserts. "I'll have an apple pie, please." And step 4, for here to go. It's a rapid-fire conversation. And keep in mind, you'll use these exact same steps whether you're talking to a cashier, speaking into a drive-through speaker from your car, or tapping on one of those self-service kiosks. So, when the cashier inevitably asks this common question at the end of your order, you'll know exactly what "to go" or "taking away" means. For here means you'll be enjoying your meal right there at a table inside the restaurant. To go, which is super common in North America, or taking away, which is what you'll often hear in the UK and Australia, means you're taking the food out of the restaurant to eat at your desk, at home, or wherever you happen to be headed. Section 4. Handling food issues.
First, a little bit of insider knowledge for you. If a server ever tells you they are 86 an item, don't be confused. It's just some fascinating industry jargon meaning it's completely sold out. So if the waiter comes to your table and says, "I'm so sorry, we're 86 the mushrooms," it just means you're going to have to take a look at the menu again and pick a different vegetable. If your food arrives and it's incorrect, you can politely send it back without causing a massive scene just by saying something like, "I'm sorry, but I ordered my steak medium rare, not well done." Or if a dish is surprisingly spicy, you could say, "Excuse me, I wanted to give some feedback. This was incredibly spicy."
Notice the use of "I'm sorry, but" or "excuse me." These gentle little openers soften the complaint and keep the interaction friendly and professional. Now, from the staff's perspective, handling complaints gracefully is all about quick resolution. If you're working in the restaurant, you want to immediately acknowledge the issue. "Thank you for bringing this to my attention," or "I apologize for the wait." Often, just to make up for an error, the restaurant will say, "We'd like to offer you a complimentary dessert," or simply, "We'd like to offer you a dessert on the house." On the house just means the restaurant is paying for it.
Section 5. Paying and tipping.
Whether you call it the check, the bill, or simply settling up, knowing these phrases will ensure you can pay for your food incredibly smoothly. As a diner, you simply catch the waiter's eye and ask, "Can we have the check, please?" The waiter might respond with, "I'll be right back with your bill," or in a more casual place, "Are you ready to settle up?" Then you just need to decide, do you want to pay cash or card? Or, again, if you're using a self-service kiosk, you'll simply tap your phone or card to finish up the transaction. It's highly important to understand the cultural nuances of tipping, as leaving a small amount of money for the waitstaff is very often an expected way to show your gratitude. In many English-speaking cultures, the gratuity is not automatically included in the price of the food, so leaving 10 to 15% for good service at a table is customary. But remember, like we saw earlier, if you're just ordering a burger to go at a fast food counter, tipping is generally not required.
And finally, our summary and takeaways. To truly master fluent English for restaurants, consistency is absolutely key. So make sure you practice, role play, and always remember your manners. First, practice regularly with family or apps. Break down complex menu words into individual syllables so your pronunciation is slow and clear. Listen to native speakers to catch the natural rhythm of the dialogue. And try role-playing. Practice ordering a pizza over the phone or asking for a coffee. And above all, never underestimate the power of a simple please and thank you. Keep this question in mind the next time you look at a menu and keep challenging yourself to explore new ways to communicate. Will you ask for a combo meal at the drive-thru? Will you confidently request your bill? The dining journey is just full of wonderful opportunities to practice real-life conversation flow. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and hey, happy dining!